An airman is a member of the air component of a nation's armed service. In the United States Air Force, it can also refer to a specific enlisted rank. More informally, it can refer to any member of an Air Force, or to any pilot, aviator, or aircrewman, military or civilian, male or female. The equivalent in the British Royal Air Force and some other Commonwealth countries is aircraftman, woman. In civilian aviation usage, the term airman is analogous to the term sailor in nautical usage. In the American Federal Aviation Administration usage, an airman is any holder of an airman certificate, male or female. This certificate is issued to those who qualify for it by the Federal Aviation Administration Airman Certification Branch. United States Air Force. In the U.S. Air Force, airman is a general term which can refer to any member of the United States Air Force, and also a specific enlisted rank. The rank of airman is the second enlisted rank from the bottom, just above the rank of airman basic, and just below that of airman first class. Since the Air Force was established 1947, all of the various ranks of airmen have always included females, and in this context, the word man means human being or human resource. Former U.S. Air Force ranks included Airman Second Class and Airman Third Class. The current E2 pay grade rank of airman was called Airman Third Class from 1952 to 1967. A person with the rank of Airman Basic is typically promoted to the rank of Airman after 6 months of active duty service in the Air Force, if that member had signed up for an enlistment period of at least 4 years of active duty. On the other hand, an enlistee could be promoted to the rank of airman immediately after completing Air Force basic training, given one of several additional qualifications, having completed at least 2 years of a junior reserve officers training corps while in high school. These programs are sponsored and taught by 4 of the services at hundreds of the larger high schools in the United States and its possessions. Having achieved the Eagle Scout level from the Boy Scouts of America or the Gold Award from the Girl Scouts of the United States of America, having earned 20 college semester credit hours. Those enlistees who have qualified for these early promotions to the rank of airman are allowed to wear the single airman insignia stripe during the Air Force Basic Training graduation ceremony at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. They also receive the retroactive pay increment that brings them up to the pay grade for an airman upon their completion of basic training. While at the rank of airman, the duties of enlisted personnel include adjusting to the Air Force way of military life and becoming proficient in their Air Force duty specialties. Note that upon leaving basic training, all airmen enter a period of many weeks to many months of training at Air Force schools in the duty specialties that they and the Air Force have selected for them depending on their aptitudes and interests, and the needs of the Air Force for various specialties. For airmen with high aptitudes, some of these training programs include more than one school and take 1 year or more to complete. Some airmen are preparing for duty in highly skilled Air Force jobs, including as technicians for multiple types of airplanes, long-range missiles, helicopters, jet engines and turboprop engines, electronics, radars, explosive ordnance and weapons, air-to-air missiles, nuclear weapons, computers, communication systems, high-technology security systems, technicians and assistants in the medical field, including nurses, physician's assistants, dental assistants, and many more. United States Navy. In the U.S. Navy, airman is the enlisted rank that corresponds to the pay grade of E3 in the Navy's aviation field, but it is just below the rank of petty officer third class, pay grade E4. United States Coast Guard. In the U.S. Coast Guard, the ranks are very similar or identical to the ones in the U.S. Navy, and a Coast Guard airman is identical in rank and pay to an airman in the Navy. Coast Guard airman is the enlisted rank that corresponds to the pay grade of E3 in the Coast Guard's aviation field. Airman is just above the Coast Guard rank of Airman Apprentice, Seaman Apprentice, Fireman Apprentice, which is the E2 pay grade, but it is just below the rank of Petty Officer 3rd Class, E4 pay grade.